me.
Oh wow! We've just hooked the freight train! Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of our Barramundi Special. In the part 2, we're still on the Coral Coast Barramundi farm, where you'll witness and see 45 tonne of barra in a feeding frenzy. If you've never seen a gold barra or a pure white barra, stay tuned. Stay around for our fish and dish, where we cook a crispy skinned barra burger. Delicious. Don't forget guys to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like us on Facebook to be in the winning for some of our great giveaways we've got coming up. Cheers guys. Fish everywhere, Pumpkin.
Yeah, I know.
So you're telling me you can't even catch a fish in a puddle of water?
I can't. I feel inadequate. Oh, there he is! He didn't even get a swim.
Where's the rest of him?
He's poor.
Where's the rest of him gone?
I think I pulled him out of a uterus, the poor little bugger. Look at him. Yeah, he's a tiny little bugger.
It's good to see the young barra though, isn't it?
Tiny. They are the most spectacular looking fish. That is a healthy fish. Look at that.
With these, I've had them in fish tanks, and when they're not hungry or they're not feeding, they'll sit this way down, so their nose pointing down, but you'll see their eyes right on the top of their head. So the idea of that, these guys will actually sit like that in the water, so they can get whatever's hitting the surface of the water, they're right onto it. Their eyes are right on the top of their head, so they can see anything that hits that water, they'll see it. But a nice little, small barra, but it's still a barra.
Tiny. I caught one, mate. I'm happy with that.
You're happy?
Very happy with that.
You've done 300 casts for him.
That's about 9,500, because when you stopped casting, I kept casting. I deserve that fish.
You want to throw him back in?
Well, no, you can let him go, mate. I'll let you have a go at that.
Oh.
Nearly as big as the one you got, mate. There you go. At least I know the minnow work, mate. I'm happy with that. It gets all the small barra, but
That's...
what a goer, Pumpkin, eh? Yeah, get all your big flash, all your big meter barra, mate. I'm here just for the small ones.
Well, they're just as fun.
They are. It's exciting. It's very exciting.
Welcome to the very northern end of the Whitsundays. Today we are at the Coral Coast Barra farm. Okay guys, here we are at another tank, one of the breeding tanks. I was pretty impressed with the fish we had, and Justin showed us in that tank. You know, they're close to 1 metre plus, big fat fish. And then Justin said, come over and have a look at this tank. And I've never seen anything like this before. It is awesome. So what do we got happening here, Justin?
Yeah, so here we've got some colour variations of barramundi. So naturally occurring colour variations like Migaloo the whale, the white whale.
Yep.
We've got sort of Barry the white barramundi.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it occurs naturally in the wild. The predators probably, can see those fish and they can't camouflage well, so they get eaten.
Yep.
But on the farm, we're looking after them, really caring for them well.
Yep.
So we're working on these white and gold colour variations, and we're trying to cross them for markets so we can produce a naturally occurring colour variation of barramundi.
And that is insane. So our wild barramundi produce fish like this, it's just they don't last.
Yeah, it's very rare, so 1 in a million or so.
Oh, okay.
But on the farm, we can pull those out and separate them and look after them.
Yep, wow. And you'll see them, I suppose, in this colour from a young age, from a fingerling, obviously?
That's a good question. They don't actually start white. They start normal, and there's sort of range of sizes. They'll all of a sudden start changing to different colours, yeah.
Wow, that's really interesting. I've never seen anything like this, and a keen fisherman, and I didn't know what I was looking at when I've looked into this tank to see gold, pure gold and pure white fish. They are absolutely beautiful. If you love the silver barramundi or the darker barramundi, you're going to love these guys.
So what's great about having a big fish tank is you get to see how the fish behave firsthand. So you can see these barra, they'll have a slow approach to the food before they hit it. And I'm sure some days they're doing that to your lure, they just nose it, follow it, and then they'll hit it, or sometimes not even be interested at all.
Oh, I thought he was going to open his mouth then. I really did think he was going to inhale that. Okay, Justin, we've seen your beautiful big parents, different colours. So where are we going to next?
Well, we've got some baby barramundi next door, Adrian, that are 13 days old. So very small. There's over 1 million fish next door. We're going to take you in there, show you where the little babies grow up and how we look after them.
Awesome, I'm excited. I've never seen 1 million barramundi in one place at one time.
You've got to keep your fishing rod out of that room.
Yeah, okay, I'll lock it in the car. Here we are, guys, in the nursery at Coral Coast Barramundi Farm. I'm here with Brett today, and he is the hatchery manager, and he's going to tell us a bit about these awesome fish and the process and the work that goes into caring and getting these fish to a plate size. Hello, Brett.
Yeah, good, thanks to you, Adrian.
Yeah, fantastic. It's a great day because we're on a barra farm, so it doesn't get any better than that.
No.
Brett, can you tell us a bit about what your role is here at the Barramundi farm?
Yeah, well, I'm the hatchery manager here at Coral Coast Barramundi, and so it's my role to look after the broods, our breeding stock, our brood stock, as well as the little fish, and grow them up to a size big enough to be stocked and grow out, and to be sent to restocking groups around Queensland.
How many fingerlings are actually in these tanks that you see behind us?
So when we first stocked them, there was about 180,000 in each tank.
Yep.
And then we have 8 tanks going now. So
yep.
Just about 1.5. We start off with about 1.5 million, and by the end of the hatchery phase, we should have just over 1 million left, which is pretty good survival.
It's so fascinating because I'm looking in the tank and I've never seen so many barramundi at once. But what size are they?
Well, at the moment they're 2 weeks old, and they're not even 5 mil yet. They're not even half a centimetre. When they first hatch, they hatch from an egg that's not even 1 mil. It's about 0.8 of a millimetre, and the larvae itself are 2 mil long.
Yep, so they're quite small, and looking into the tank here, like it's all I can see is barra.
They're barely 4 mil, and you can actually see their bulging guts. They've had a good feed this morning, and they're all pretty happy. And already at this stage, you can see a little bit of size variation with that little one. There's a very little one over there. So one thing that'll happen with barra as they grow bigger, if he's a little bit left behind, he's going to get snapped up by one of his mates.
And also noticing in here, I can see some are actually darker than others. Is that just because of the tank, or is that, I can see a couple there that just look a little bit darker than others?
It could just be their pigmentation coming about, but barramundi can actually control their pigment a bit. Yeah. And often we see if you put them in a dark bucket, they'll go dark. If you put them in a white bucket, they'll go really light.
Brett, can you walk us through the steps on the fingerlings? So you're actually taking samples of these fish every day, is that correct? And,
yes.
Yep. Yeah. And so what are you doing when you grab these fish out? What are you looking for, and what are you doing?
So when they first hatch, we're looking at the general growth, their development. We're looking at are their mouths opening? Are they starting to feed? And it's mainly the percentage that are actually feeding. Yep. And when we change feeds, the percentage of fish that are changing onto the new diet, the larger Artemia, and then soon we'll start looking at what fish are actually starting to eat pellets. So we look at them under the microscope, and we can actually, at this stage, pigmentation hasn't really come about, so they're almost see-through, so you can look at them under the scope and you can actually see their guts that they've been eating. The other things, we look at mouth development, we look out for if they don't inflate their swim bladder when they're little, all those little things. So it's quite an intensive process.
It is a big process. Thanks, Brett, for showing us the hatchery here in the nursery. It's been an eye-opener for me, and like I said, I get quite excited, and I keep looking to the tank because it's just insane to see that many barra, and it gives me a different look and respect for the barra, and especially what you guys do. and the effort that goes into looking after these fish and getting them to a great quality. It's well done. Thank you for the tour.
Great. Thanks, Adrian. Cheers.
Hey guys, Ado here, and I have my co-host with me today, Dog. So guys, this is a big thank you from the Keeping It Real team to our subscribers. To be eligible for this great giveaway, you must like us on Facebook and be a subscriber to our YouTube channel. This is going to go to one lucky person that does subscribe to our YouTube channel, and remembering it is free to subscribe to YouTube. We have this beautiful Shimano Quickfire. It's a 5 to 8 kg spin outfit with the 4000 FE Sienna spin reel on it. We got this great little outfit from Daiwa. It's the D-Cast bait caster combo. We have our spin fisher from Penn, and it's fitted with the 750 Penn spin reel, which is a beautiful combo. To put this great giveaway in, you'll get the 3 rods and the rod carrier. And I've got to say a big thank you to Anaconda Early Beach. You know, great guys. Thanks guys for the gift of this rod tube. Absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. So if you're looking for a great deal, guys, head down to Anaconda there, and the team there at Early Beach will look after you. Alright guys, that's a bit of a wrap here for us. We've spent the afternoon freshwater fishing here in this awesome lagoon that you see in the background. Had a lot of fun, lost a couple of fish. It's caught a couple of little barra.
That's it. Well, I caught a little barra.
But it just shows that a little system like this, how fun can it be?
It is brilliant, great day.
It's a couple of hours. Day, you know, like I said, it's been too windy to get outside. You know, we were looking at buying some kites because we just haven't been able to get outside and fish.
Yeah. Yep.
And you know, the fishing here today has been harder to pick than a broken nose, but you know, we've had fun. We've casted some lures. You know, got a bit of a sore arm. We've done a lot of casting.
Yep, about 4,000 casts, I think, for my little barra, but that's all right. It's all good.
It's still a fish.
All good.
But till next time, guys, see you up the creek. Okay guys, here we are now, still at the Coral Coast Barra farm. Justin's taken us outside into the outdoor ponds, and this is where these barra grow to their full size before they go to market. So what have we actually got behind us, Justin?
So here on the farm we've got 24 of these plastic lined ponds. So we pump water from the ocean every day into these ponds, keep the water nice and clean for the fish, and they get fed 3 times a day in summer. So lots of food, lots of quality food from Australian food companies, and lots of fast growth.
What's the average size of the fish in this pond?
This pond here is about 2 kilos.
Yep.
We've got fish on the farm of all different sizes. The main market though is 3.5, 4 kilogram size. So they go to restaurants in Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne and Adelaide.
Yep.
And that size is really good for a nice big fat fillet that they like to put on a plate.
Yep, and all these ponds you have on the farm, they're all graded into kilos or size of the fish, obviously?
Yeah, well, Barramundi being really aggressive and really cannibalistic, they'll eat each other. So a big one will eat a small one. So on the farm we keep them all separate for sizes. That way they grow nice and evenly and don't compete with each other too much.
Yep. Yeah. And guys, to give you an idea on the size of these ponds, you're looking at about 1 million litres of water, and about, in how many fish in a pond this size?
So when they're ready for market, it's 45 tonne of fish, so 45,000 kilos of barra in one pond swimming around.
And I'm excited again because they're about to feed these fish, so you're about to see and witness a Barramundi feeding frenzy. And if you've seen a feeding frenzy, it's exciting.
So the food's really important to us, Adrian. We get all our food from Aussie food companies like Ridley's Aquafeed in Brisbane. It's all made to Aussie standards. You know, it's got no added hormones, no chemicals, no stimulants. It's all just got fish trimmings, chicken trimmings, protein from plants, seeds. And you can see they love it, yeah.
That is crazy. You can see these fish absolutely jumping out of the water to try and grab these pellets. For a fisherman, I tell you what, it's hard to sit here and not get the shakes. It's good to see though, because they're fit, they're healthy, they're eating, they're doing what Barra do. So it's really good to see.
Yeah, it's like all Aussie farmers. You want your animals to be healthy.
Yep.
You know, healthier fish grow better.
Yep.
Perform well. So yeah, it's all about looking after the fish.
And like what we've seen so far on the farm, you know, from mum and dad, from your breeding tanks to your nurseries, to what you and your staff do to give a really good product on a beautiful fish. I tell you what, it's a lot of work, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's great to be an Aussie farmer. Everyone here works really hard, 365 days a year, you know, whether it's raining in February, you know, or cyclones, you know, in the cyclone season, we're always here looking after the fish.
And give you an idea, you can hear that, guys, that noise is deafening. I'm getting wet with these fish. It is crazy. You can hear them chopping and woofing at that water. It's insane.
Yeah, and as you know, Adrian, nothing better than a barramundi on a surface strike.
Oh.
We just got this going on about 25,000 times a second. Yeah.
Oh, that's what. And they are going literally crazy. There's water going everywhere. But there's nothing better to see, is it? It is a good sight.
That's it, yeah. Working with fish every day, going fishing on the weekends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty good job.
And how's been like working on a farm or in the Barra, in the fisheries industry? Has it helped your fishing for the barramundi outside of the farm and in creeks and estuaries and?
Yeah, it is. It's great to see the fish, you know, on the farm and their behaviour.
Yep.
You get to learn about, you know, when they're aggressive, when they're not, how they react to the different weather, like all the fishermen try and work out.
Yep.
Yeah, it's great.
And it does play a big part, especially with these fish. We've got a big pond at home, you know, that we're going to do some filming from. We've got a couple of barra in there, you know, and you see them nose down, tail up, and, you know, they're just not interested in feeding. And then the next day you'll see them nose up, tail down, and they're hungry. They're ready to eat whatever hits that water.
No, that's it. And as all barra fishermen know, you have days where they're switched on and days where they're just not hungry at all. So, you know, more time you put in, more observations, you know, the more you can learn about it.
Yeah, it's a fish that over the years I've loved to hate. But yeah, they can be a tough fish to hook. But when you do hook one, it is rewarding and it is something special to actually hook one of these fish.
Yeah, and we've had heaps of rain the last couple of days here, so hopefully Adrian can show you a fish in a short time and take him down the secret spot, see if you can catch one on line.
I'm keen to do that too, so always keen. The fish are going crazy behind me. Okay guys, we've had a bit of a hot tip from Justin at the Coral Coast Barra farm. He tells me this spot is hot. You can see we've got a fair bit of turbulent water, we've got a lot of fresh, we've got like a little bit of a back eddy over here. You can see the big swirl, so it's sort of still water. Hopefully the barra's sitting in this back eddy, still water, and waiting for the bait or something to float down past them and smash it. But we'll give it a go and we'll see what happens. He grabbed it right at my feet. Oh, I think it's a jack. Yeah, it is. Nice jack. Oh, nice jack. Completely inhaled it right at my feet. It's actually a really nice fish. Beautiful mangrove jack. Grabbed it right at my feet. Barra. Oh, nice little barra. Ah, released for you anyway. It's a nice fish. Oh, he is a nice fish. Look at that. That is a nice barramundi. Beautiful. He's healthy too. Yeah, he's in good nick.
Yeah, he's a salty. He's just getting that yellow tail come.
Yep, he's a nice fish. Really nice fish. He's in good nick.
Yeah, they're gorging themselves on that finger mullet.
Yeah, there's heaps of them. Oh, yes. Oh, nice. Nice little barra. Not a big fish, but still a nice fish. Putting on a bit of a show. There he goes, there he goes. Oh, I spat the hook. Oh well, we're letting these fish go anyway, so it saves me handling them and a good release. Yeah, I have to say a big thank you to Justin and the team here at Coral Coast Barramundi for allowing us to, to film their awesome farm today. It's been an epic day. Seen a lot of big barra, quarter jack, quarter barra. Loved it. Thanks guys, well done. Hi guys, welcome to Fish and Dish. I've got Justin with me here from the Coral Coast Barramundi farm. We've done our tour this morning of the farm. We've seen all these beautiful, healthy barramundi, and now he's going to do a cook for us. What are you going to cook for us, Justin?
Well, obviously Adrian's going to be farmed barramundi today, so we're going to do some crispy farmed barramundi on the hot plate and chuck it in a barra burger. So yeah, pretty simple dish. Farm barra comes up lovely any way you cook it. It's got really high omega-3s in it, very healthy for you and your family. So yeah, we'll try and show everyone today how to do that.
I'm looking forward to it. I love the barra, so I'm keen. Let's go.
So we've got a couple of nice fillets here of farm barra. The key is just to pat them nice and dry so they're not wet. So you want the fillet itself nice and dry, and we want to try and get that skin nice and crispy.
Yep.
So we're going to salt the skin, just like that. Give it a good rub in. Don't worry if you drop a bit. And try and get that salt right into the skin there, sort of like your pork crackle that you do, the pork roast. And we want the pan super hot. So let's get a bit of this oil back up here. Battling the elements here today.
Yeah, a little bit of breeze there.
So whack it down nice and hot.
Oh, we got the sizzle.
Yeah, and we want to just hold that nice and flat so the skin doesn't curl up. Now just for 30 seconds or so, make sure you keep some pressure on it. Then we're going to cook it this side through, about 3/4 through before we flip it.
Yep.
Make sure that skin's nice and crispy.
Got to put a bit of a wind block in, guys. Got a bit of a southeasterly blowing, about that 10-15, so it's playing havoc with our flame. So what have we got in the mayonnaise for our sauce?
Well, this goes really well with fish, Adrian. So a bit of mayonnaise, dill and lemon juice. Yep. Just a bit of a tang, to cut through that fish. Yeah, it's lovely. Yep.
Awesome. I can't wait. Like the smell of this is, I'm itching to try one. So while we're waiting for this skin to get crispy on this beautiful fillet, tell us a bit about sort of yourself, Justin. How did you get into the farming?
Well, I grew up in a fishing town in WA actually, and sort of grew up loving fish and everything about fishing. Knew I wanted to work with the water or fish in some way. So I studied in Townsville to be a marine biologist. Yep. And then growing fish, taking pressure off wild stocks, growing fish on land and providing food for people in Australia was a good thing, I thought. So yeah, love it, love my job, love living and working on the farm.
Yep. And the big thing is with what you're doing, and we were speaking about it before off camera, a lot of these fish that are getting released in impounds when it floods, they actually make their way to the salt, don't they? Once they've got that path to the sea.
Yeah, that's right. So on top of selling this lovely fish to restaurants for people to eat, we also supply the dams and restocking groups, and that's great. We're putting some fish back into the dams. People can go fishing, catch some really nice big barra, and then some of those impoundments flood and the fish escape into the salt water, and then they escape and can go back into the breeding population and contribute back to the environment. So
yep. How good's that? It's a sustainable industry, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's that big question, the $1 million question, farm barra versus wild barra. I've eaten a lot of wild barra. I've never eaten a farm barra, so we're going to put that to the test today. But what's your sort of take on that?
Well, everyone always asks me, which is better, and it's pretty hard to compare the two, to be honest. So, as you know, wild barra can be fresh or salt water, can be from the beach or from the creek, and they can be quite variable.
Yep.
Whereas the farm barra is that consistent quality product every day of the week. So at Coral Coast, we're controlling the environment, so it's standard sort of product every day, so you know what you're going to get.
Yeah, and from what I've seen today on on the tour of the farm, the water is pristine. It is clear. It's obviously well filtered. It gets changed regularly, so I suppose that plays a big part on the flavour of the fish.
Yeah, that's right. At Coral Coast, we're full salt water, so that salt water makes obviously nice sweet barramundi from the salt water.
Yep.
The other thing is, what we feed the fish. We feed them this food that we get made by special nutritionists in Brisbane. It's to Aussie standards, and it's great for the fish.
Yep.
And it actually makes the farm barramundi up to 8 times higher in omega-3 than wild barramundi.
Wow, that's
so it's
huge.
super enriched with omega-3, which is great for your family, nice and healthy. So yeah, that's another difference to that wild versus farm barramundi.
Yeah, that's big, isn't it? That's a plus.
Yeah, it's a big plus, yeah. So it's been about 3 or 4 minutes. We've had to move that fillet up to the hot end of the hot plate here in the wind today on the beach. So once it's sort of got that skin crisping up, you can see under here it's getting nice and crispy. Give it a nice flip over.
Oh,
You can see there, just like pork crackle.
oh, that beautiful. Is beautiful and brown.
Yep.
So the fish now's had 5 to 8 minutes. You can see it's got that beautiful crispy skin. Let's build a burger.
Yeah, mate, yep. So chuck on this nice bed of lettuce to start with. Doesn't have to be pretty or fancy. Key, as everyone knows, that nice fresh salad. Nice colour there. And we'll go the nice hot barra straight onto there. Look at that.
Wow.
And everyone likes a bit of melted cheese on top. Beautiful. And got some beautiful tartare there. Nice big dollop.
And there we have it, a crispy skinned barra burger. And doesn't get any fresher than this, does it?
Straight out of the pond, straight on the fire.
Oh, wow, I can't wait.
Righto, there you have it.
One crispy skinned barra burger. I've been waiting for this all day. Oh, I'm losing everything.
Nice one.
Oh yeah, that is good. That is really, really good. I've seen the water and the effort that goes in to look after these fish, and you can taste it. You can taste the love in these fish. I've got to do this again. Well, that's about it for another week, guys. I absolutely smashed my crispy skin barra burger while I was smashing mine. Justin's made his ready to go. Thanks a lot for today, Justin. Much appreciated. Really enjoyed it. I had a ball.
Cheers.
Till next week. See you up the creek.